Water turned to blood. Exodus 7:14-24. Moses struck the Nile River with his staff, turning its waters into blood. The fish died, the water became undrinkable, and the Egyptians had to dig for water. Frogs. Exodus 8:1-15. Frogs swarmed from the Nile, covering the land and invading homes. Pharaoh's magicians replicated this, but he begged Moses to remove them, promising to let the Israelites go, though he later reneged. Gnats or lice. Exodus 8:16-18. Moses struck the dust, which became gnats that infested people and animals. The magicians couldn't replicate this and declared it the work of God. Flies. Exodus 8:20-32. Swarms of flies filled Egyptian homes and land, sparing the Israelites in Goshen. Pharaoh offered concessions but hardened his heart after the flies were removed. Livestock disease. Exodus 9:17. A plague killed Egyptian cattle, horses, camels, and other livestock, while Israelite animals were spared. Pharaoh remained unmoved. Boils. Exodus 9:8-12. Moses sprinkled soot, causing boils and sores on Egyptians and their animals. The magicians were afflicted and couldn't stand before Moses. Hail. Exodus 9:13-35. A storm of hail mixed with fire struck Egypt, destroying crops, trees, and people caught outdoors. The Israelites' land was unaffected. Pharaoh admitted sin but later refused to comply. Locusts. Exodus 10:1-20. Locusts devoured all remaining crops and vegetation. Pharaoh's officials urged him to relent, but he hardened his heart after the locusts were removed. Darkness. Exodus 10:21-29. A thick darkness covered Egypt for 3 days, halting all activity, while the Israelites had light. Pharaoh offered partial freedom but ultimately expelled Moses. Death of the firstborn. Exodus 11:1-12-36. At midnight, God struck down every firstborn in Egypt, from Pharaoh's heir to the lowest servant's child, sparing the Israelites who marked their doors with lamb's blood. The Passover. This final plague compelled Pharaoh to release the Israelites. These plagues demonstrated God's power over Egypt's gods and Pharaoh's authority, escalating in severity to secure the Israelites' freedom. Each miracle was a divine act, with Moses and Aaron as God's instruments, and Pharaoh's repeated refusal prolonged the cycle until the devastating 10th plague.